Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives, to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check it off, because we make getting vaccinated easy. You've got this, because we've got you. To learn more, visit yougotthis.usaging.org.
From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. If this is the first time you are watching, welcome. I know that we have lots of visitors to Chautauqua County, and for those of you that have been hanging with me all these years, welcome back. Well, I hope you're having a great week. Gosh, the weather's been awesome. I mean, it's been like really nice during the day. Justin, how's your sleeping? Mine's been awesome. My wife has the fan on, the door open, and I have 10 blankets. Is it cool in the Jamestown, or is it the heat kind of stay in there?
Window AC.
Oh, you got AC now. That's right. You guys have upscaled, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we hope everybody's doing well. And I want to say good afternoon to all my listeners on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people in Jamestown. Thanks for joining us Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. All right. I got to tell you, we got a jam-packed show here, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to do my very best to get through all the announcements, all my guests. I got people here from in the audience and everything, and we'll get to all that here in a second. So remember, this is a live show, the only live show that I know of in Chautauqua County. And you can give us a call at 716. It's going to pop up here in a second. Watch this. Whoop! 716-753-5225. And if you have a question or comment, you might say, tell me again, how do I do this? Or where's that? Whatever. Call in. We're happy to help. Randy's waiting in the other room on the phone. Give him something to do. He falls asleep back there. We need to keep him busy. During the week, if you are watching the show, we're not live, but you can send your comments or questions, announcements for your clubs or organizations free of charge. Go to chautauquasunrise@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to get your announcements on the air. Okay? So we took care of that and that and that. So I want to give a shout out to Natalia and her friends over in the Ukraine. As always, we're thinking of you. And I saw your Olympians in Paris. So it was really cool to see them. And speaking of Olympians, what a busy week it's going to be. We got the Olympics coming up. We watched it last night. We only watched the first 2 hours. My wife said, well, we'll tape it. We'll watch it. It was like about 10:30 last night. I go, there's still 2 more hours to go yet. So we got to watch them light the torch and all that. Don't tell me about it. Just that little guy that's running around. Snoop Dogg was there too. Kelly Clarkson, all kinds of folks. But it was a lot of fun so far. So we got, 10 days of the Olympics. That'll be great. Let's see here. I've got a note here. Last week we were talking about things, and look what happened in just a week. We have another, the political scene is just completely switched. So it's going to be interesting in the next, 104 days, 3 days are left before the general elections. Of what's going to happen? I mean, it's like shifting sands. So it's, I don't get political, but it's like since last week, everything's different. It's just a different feeling on TV and Facebook and stuff. All right, now, for those of you that want to know what's going on here in Chautauqua County, I gave you a little bit, but my guest last week, Lori Cornell, is the owner of the Chautauqua Gazette. And if you pick it up anywhere in Chautauqua County, at restaurants and doctor's offices, wherever, the Gazette has all the events that are going on right now in Chautauqua County. And we're going to be talking about 2 events here in a minute that are coming up. But I have some other things to talk about. I've got 2 people in the studio that are my audience, and they came from down south to be with me. And I have my 2 grandsons, who we'll show you here in a second. There they are. There's Raleigh in the dark sweater and his brother Rowan Hamels. They're both here visiting with us. So welcome to the show, guys. Okay. All right. Well, that was neat. And I don't always get a chance to have family come in, so that was fun. Okay. We got some things I want to share with you right now. And I don't have slides for this, guys, so I'll just kind of talk about them a little bit. Over in Westfield, it's the YWCA's Arts and Crafts Festival that's going on right now, and that's in McClurg Park. And it's right in the Four Corners. You can't miss it. And it's like a small city of tents and food's being cooked, and they got live music and all kinds of stuff. And then that's going on today. It was started yesterday. And then my friend John Weston over at Panama Rocks, he's got his, it's called Wild Nature Festival or something along these lines. Cool stuff going on at Panama Rocks. If you don't know how to get there, just Google it and you can find Panama Rocks. But they're having a festival today and tomorrow. And they got guys with animals, and they got walks through nature, mushroom identification. They got my friends Eng and Davis are playing music at different times. So those are just 2 things going on, and I got a bunch more to tell you about here in a second. So let's get to some of my announcements. Okay. You ready, Jeff? Here we go. Slide 15. A Brooklyn-born Puerto Rican from New Haven, a Mexican-Puerto Rican Jew from the Lower East Side, and a Bengali Indian from Jersey walked onto the wooden floor, and the rest is history. Bonded by their deep love of music, their crafts, and true connection, Bessie Award nominee Soles of Duende is on a lifelong mission to elevate the joy and music of true collaboration across disciplines and the celebration of the forms they practice, based on the sounds of tap, flamenco, and I don't know what this word is, Kathak. Soleil's fire is the spirit that lives within each of these women to celebrate their connection given their beautiful differences and to uplift the forms that made them. Okay? And this is just one of those things that we are sharing with you right now. And let's see here. Go ahead and tell me right now. Jeff's going to give me the rest of the information. Okay, well, this came from it's called the Artist Spotlight, and Jeff's going to give me more information. All right, but these ladies are from different parts of the world, and they've been on TV all around the place. And I'm guessing this is going to be at the Reg, but let's see if I'm wrong. But he's going to give us more information on that in a minute. So anyways, that looks really cool. And Souls of Duende. We'll hear more about that in a minute. While he's checking that out, we're going to go to slide 16. We'll come back to 15 in a minute. So if you can pop up 16, this is we've talked about before. And this is from the Lake Erie Regional Grape Program at Cornell Cooperative Extension. Okay, you're looking at a bug right now, okay? This bug is more than just a bug, all right? Oh, it's the Jamestown Dance Festival. When's that going to be held? Do we have information on that? Okay. So keep your eyes open in the newspapers and other places that there's going to be a big dance festival, and it's going to be featuring those ladies. All right. So then moving along here, we've got this bug. All right. And we've talked about this bug. This is the spotted lanternfly that has plagued Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in large numbers and now has been found in the Finger Lakes, specifically in Romulus, New York. Okay, just started to show up from China in 2014. Now, due to all the established populations closing in on Lake Erie region, as in festivals and so forth, has been deemed an extremely high-risk pathway for infestation. Well, so what's the big deal? These insects are not strong flyers on their own, but are great hitchhikers. They'll hook themselves to your car or whatever. Many of the life cycle stages are easily transported by rail, by car, busy pathways throughout our grape growing region, throughout the, like on the thruway and stuff. These lanternflies tend to lay eggs on just about anything, Justin. Think about that. And they have a tendency to place them in areas that are hidden and protected. Due to this, they are easily moved to new areas, especially if a driver is unaware or has not scouted out for the egg masses. Okay, if you see this, you'll know. All right, we've shown this before. Why am I telling you about this? Because they're about 3/4 of an inch and they congregate to feed on our grapevines here in Chautauqua County. If you haven't noticed, we got a lot of vineyards here, and these guys, they get in there and they just strip the thing. They suck the life out of these plants. All right, so why should you know about this as you're visiting Chautauqua County? If you happen to spot this spotted lanternfly, they suggest the following. Call the Cornell Extension and let them know. Okay, and they're in the phone book. They're up there near Portland, New York. All right, and if you want more information, you can go to lergp.com. Okay, spotted lanternfly. But you can look it up. But please, if you see these, call the Cornell Extension right away so that they can get in there and do some pest management. They won't hurt you. They're just a pest. Okay. Okay, that dance program is going to be September 7th and 8th. So that's sort of one to mark your calendar. And that was the Souls of Duende dance group. Thank you, Justin. All right, let's keep on moving here. We've had the veterans on here for a number of times. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, Jeff, but we'll get there. And they have so many things going on for veterans. For instance, if you're a veteran and you work with the color guard, there's going to be a color guard practice August 5 at Celeron Legion. They have something called VASAVE, I'm guessing Veterans Save, okay? And this is on Monday, August 5 at 11:30 to 12:30 at Christ First United Methodist Church. It's a coffee hour, okay, where you can get together with other veterans and chat. There's a Veterans Golf outing on Tuesday, August 16th at the Breezewood Links, 10 o'clock. There's the Veterans Wellness Day the next day. Maybe you need the next day after the golf tournament. I don't know. That's over at the Celeron Legion from 10 to 1. Free lunch for the first 100 guests. Come and meet local providers and see what programs have to offer. And this is Veterans Wellness Day, August 7th. Then there's a motorcycle run, August 17th, starting at the Sheridan VFW. Registration begins at 10 a.m. Proceeds benefit the Dwyer program and so forth. Everyone's welcome. There'll be food and a band. And it's $20 for drivers, $5 for riders. Of course, if you want more information and you're a veteran or you know a veteran or you want to help veterans, call Cindy Reedy at, ready, 969-5542, 716-969-5542. And you know that we have the veterans on here quite often, and please, there are many, many opportunities for you to get together with other veterans or spouses of veterans and so forth to talk about whatever it is that you find important that you want to share with each other. It's very therapeutic. All right, what else is going on out there in this world of Chautauqua County? There's so many things. Okay, here's one. Whew. Chautauqua County, CHQ, Chamber of Commerce, is sponsoring the Hanover yard sale in Silver Creek. You like yard sales? No? I do. Browse for bargains and support local businesses during the 32nd annual Silver Creek Yard Sales. Sales run from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. next Saturday, August 3. Register your sale now to be included on the map. Registration is $10 per household. Maps will be sold at the Village Park for only $2, so you can walk all over the place and check out all the great sales. It helps for scholarships for graduating seniors at Silver Creek and Forestville high schools. And anyways, you can check that all out. But that's a big yard sale on August 3rd in Silver Creek. Then, this is mark your calendar, there's a cruise in. You like cars? We got 2 cruise-ins to talk to you about. One of them is going to be held August 9th in Jamestown. One of the downtown Jamestown's largest events returns August 9th as the Chamber of Commerce presents the Jamestown Cruise-In from 5 to 9 p.m. on August 9th. This annual display of classic cars, hot rods, and cool vehicles always draws a crowd. This spectacular event is back for its 31st year. Got live music by the in-crowd. They're super. Support local businesses with food and beverage purchases and join in all the fun with another People's Choice Award. You get to vote on the cars, as spectators can text the number of their favorite car. Okay, so that's coming up August 9th. And you can check that out with the Chamber of Commerce for more information. Then in my hometown today, let's pop that up, Jeff. That's number 17, I believe. We have the Ripley Cruise in, okay, and that's going to be held today from 3 to 8 and right downtown, and there's all your local vendors that's going to be there, and there's going to be the music of the Main Street Band, and they're local guys, I understand, and they're going to be right there on the I'm not exactly sure where they're going to be. I'm guessing near the school. But I bring a chair and maybe a blanket, and there's going to be a 50-50 and so on. And so everybody's excited that there's going to be a cruise in with some classic cars this afternoon from 3 to 8. Okay, I think that's all of the announcements I have, but we have another special guest that's with me today, and I've known her for a long time. I have Beth Powers with me today, and she's going to be talking to us about a special fundraiser that she's working on, and she has a personal interest in. So good morning, Beth. How are you?
Good morning, Doc. How are you?
Okay, you got to get that mic. You got a soft voice. You don't have a big old booming voice like I do.
No, I don't.
There you go. Now I can hear you. So, Beth, you contacted me a little while ago, and you said, could you come on the show and talk about something that's near and dear to your heart? So I'll let you tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, I am legally blind.
Mm-hmm.
I have an inherited retinal disease called retinitis pigmentosa.
Okay.
It has affected my family as well, my sister,
Mm-hmm.
and my nephew, her son, and my daughter.
Oh, my gosh.
So it is inherited. We inherited a gene from our father,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a gradual disease. Some people lose vision quicker than others.
Okay.
It is starts, well, there's different forms of it.
Sure.
Some people lose their peripheral, some lose their central vision.
Okay.
So we kind of have a mix of it all
Gee.
in our family.
Mhm.
But yeah. So I am doing a fundraiser to raise money for the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Okay.
And it's an organization dear to all of our hearts. They are trying to find the cure for inherited retinal disease. They're partnered with Johnson & Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
to do these clinical trials to find the cure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm raising money for that.
Okay, and you have a special fundraiser for that coming up. And we
I-
have a poster on that too, Jeff. Okay.
Yes, I do. On August 3rd,
Okay.
next Saturday.
Coming up.
Yes, from 11 until 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I am doing high tea, Victorian tea sandwiches, lots of treats. I have 3 local bakers that are baking for me.
Wow.
Yes, it's going to be very nice. I'm doing some chances, raffling off some chances.
Yeah.
I'm in the park right now during the Arts and Crafts Festival.
So they can find you.
They can find me. I'm right along the circle to the left going, or the right, I'm sorry, going towards the McClurg.
Okay.
And yes, that my sister, who has this horrible disease, is an amazing artist.
Okay.
And so she has donated one of her paintings, her original framed paintings.
Very nice.
And then I have $100 worth of scratch-off tickets.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so that you can take chances
You
on.
can make a lot of money doing that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but the event is being held at my sister's gallery, which is the Annex 25 in Westfield.
Okay, is that right on Main Street?
Yep, at 25 Main Street.
Okay.
And if we are trying to take as many reservations as possible, and if you could call me at 603-321-6449, or the number on
The poster
the
there, yeah.
poster
Yeah.
there, and we can hold a reservation for you. Right now, first seating is getting pretty full, so second seating from 2 to 4.
Okay. Oh, how much is it?
$20 per person
Okay.
donation.
Okay.
And I will be doing giveaways during the event, so
Okay.
your ticket that you purchase
Yeah.
will go into a jar, and we'll be doing some giveaways.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
And amazing food and sandwiches and treats, and
Okay.
it's just going to be a fun time. And men can come too. It's
Well,
not,
of course you can.
it's not
I
just
like to eat.
it's not just a woman's thing.
Okay, so let me wrap things up here. So on the poster, for those who are listening on the air right now on the radio, the number is 720-2745, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so, no, we're not recommending walk-in so much, but we'd rather have reservations.
We would, but if you can always come by and check to see if we have availability.
Okay, and the date on that again is August what?
August 3rd,
From?
11 to 4, 2 seatings, 11 to 1, and 2 to 4.
Beth, I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully they're going to find a cure for what ails all your family and
I
so many
hope
other
so.
folks. All right, well, take care, and we're going to move on to some other things, okay?
Great.
All right,
Thank
folks.
you.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank
All right,
you.
folks, we're going to have a little public service announcement, and we'll be right back with my friends from the Gerry Rodeo. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Well, we're going to have a public service announcement anytime now.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough.
Live TV.
Constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Okay, folks, if you're new to Chautauqua County, I'm going to give you a tip. Do not, in any way, shape, or form, ever refer to Gerry as Gerry. It's Gerry. Gerry, New York, not Jerry. I had to explain it to some family one time. I got Tom Atwell, and I got Mike Sharp here from the Gerry Rodeo 2024.
Yes, sir.
You have been here like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 times. I don't know. You
I've lost count.
I've lost count. So anyways, well, welcome back, Tom. And you brought Mike, somebody new. So welcome to the show. Let's start. When is the rodeo this year? First thing.
July 31st through August 3rd.
July 31, August 3rd. So that's, I don't even know what day of the week is July 31st.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. So Wednesday through Saturday. Okay. So What's your job there these days? Still chairman?
Yep.
Chairman of the board.
Yep.
How
20
many
years.
20 years. And you got a cup to prove it. Hey, Justin, zoom in on this really cool mug here. Can you do that for us?
That was a Christmas present from my wife.
Okay. Not only do you have the title, you got the cup to prove it. Look at that. Rodeo Chairman, 20 years. Tom, why do you do this?
I love it
Okay. And why do you do it?
because it's a fundraiser for the fire department.
There you go. Yeah. It's fun and it's for the firemen. And we talk a lot about first responders and so forth. And I don't know how it is out your way, but I know a lot of fire departments are struggling to get volunteers. And we appreciate you guys. I know that a lot. I know in Ripley, we appreciate our fire department big time. So this has been a fundraiser to support your fire department in Gerry.
Yes.
And you're not merged with anybody, just Gerry,
Yep, Gerry alone.
New York. Mike, a lot of people don't know where Gerry is that might be watching or listening. So how would you describe, where's Gerry?
Gary's just 7 miles north of Jamestown.
Okay.
Get off 86 right at exit 12 and just go head north. Just short, simple, sweet.
That's Route, what, 60, right?
Right, Route 60.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fire department is somewhere in there.
Right up in the Four Corners.
Four Corners, you can't miss it, right? And where's the actual rodeo?
About a half mile down the road. From the
Can't miss it, okay. Okay, so Mike, how did you get involved? You're new to the show here. I mean, I've had other people sitting there, 2 other people, but not you. So what's your role?
Well, I'm a rodeo committee member. I've been doing this for a lot longer than I care to admit some days.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah, it's funny how you wouldn't realize that 1999 was all 25 years ago.
1999. You got people are long in the tooth.
But yeah, it's crazy to see how quickly time has flown and how many things have changed at the Gerry Rodeo. I mean, we've gone from a small little rodeo to something that's quite sizable. I mean, there's very few rodeos on the East Coast that pay what we do in prize money.
Yeah.
And it shows with the number of contestants that we get per year. I mean, we're at over 200 contestants this year.
Holy cow.
And you split that up between the 4 days, that's an awful lot of people.
Yeah.
Actually, Mike, that's 200 per night.
Per night?
Per night.
So there could be a total of many more?
Yeah.
Because some people can go in only one event?
Yep.
And then there's others.
Some of them are multiple
Holy
events.
cow. I keep saying, holy cow, that's a little joke. Okay. So Mike, are you a fireman?
No, I am not. My mom is the treasurer for the fire department, and I guess that's how we've gotten sucked in, for lack of a better term. But Gary's always been a special place for us. I grew up on top of the hill, up by the airport, and I can remember as a kid, my grandfather used to have a stand at the rodeo
What
ground.
did he sell?
He sold aluminum awnings.
You never know what you're going to have at the rodeo. I mean, I've been to the rodeo, and I know down your, what do you call that?
The Midway?
Midway part area there, there's hats and, well, aluminum whatevers, and, it's open to everybody. It's like a little fair, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's normally got a waiting list to get in.
That's a good problem, huh?
It is.
So, now, you told me you have a business. This is a chance to give your business a plug.
Oh, well, I own the Russell Roller Rink in Russell, Pennsylvania. We're one of the few skating rinks left in the area.
I guess so.
But it also gives me the opportunity to be able to do and help things like this. I still work an 80-hour-a-week schedule, but I can choose when those 80 hours are. A lot of times it's midnight to 5 a.m. But
I have good memories of roller skating in Buffalo when I was a kid. All skate, only couples, and all those things. Sometimes I narrate the radio when I'm listening to certain songs from the 60s.
Well, it's funny. I think everybody spent a little bit of time in a roller rink in their childhood.
Sure. Okay. So you've been with the rodeo since '99, and you've been with the rodeo since, were you like 2 years old or something?
74.
Oh my gosh, all those years. That's like
I started, or
50
75,
years.
75, I'm
All right.
sorry. Because I started out washing and drying dishes and have worked my way up through.
Now, was your family involved with it before that?
I'm third generation.
No kidding.
My 2 boys are now involved.
Okay.
And now my granddaughter, who just turned 5, wants to get involved.
I got 2 grandsons. You can put them to work.
Oh, trust me, we'd find something for them.
Volunteers are always welcome.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, so the Gerry Rodeo is for fundraising, and the monies go to the fire department. People say, well, you got all the trucks you need, you got all the equipment you need, what do you need it for?
Well,
I mean, that's the mentality sometimes.
well, the trucks don't run on water.
Right?
You know, they take fuel.
I've noticed that, yeah.
Everybody knows EMS is getting very expensive.
Absolutely.
It pays for our training, our turnout gear, which the government is telling us we have to replace, and that gets expensive. It helps us keep our supplies all new and up to date, equipment up to date. And when you buy a new piece of equipment, we bought an ambulance 3 years ago that was almost $300,000.
It's going way up. When I was a fire commissioner, it was still in the twos. You know, when I was a fire commissioner, the firemen always laughed at me because I would say, well, you got a new scuba. They go, what do you mean a scuba? Whatever you call that, SCBA or whatever, the pack goes on your back there. And I forgot how much those things are. That's your air handler, right? So what do those cost?
Those are about $5,000 a piece.
And that goes on every fireman that goes into a fire, right?
Yep, and if you have, the bottles only last, if they're composite, they only last 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to replace them at $900 to $1,000 each.
So people say, well, why are we spending all that money? I'll tell you what, when that whistle blows and it's at your house, you're really glad that you put all that money in that fire department because they're the only ones that are coming.
The one thing I do like to use, Doc, is the saying, it's their way of helping us help them.
Exactly, and it's a big cycle. You know, everybody works together, and it's just like your police department, your fire department, your schools or whatever. Everybody's got to kind of pitch in, right?
Yeah.
Got a role to play.
All right, so we know we got to raise money for our fire departments. That's a given. So with the rodeo, there's a little story that Paul usually tells. So why don't you tell the story? How did this thing even get started?
In the very beginning, I'm not as up on the history.
Okay.
But it started in 1945 when some guys got together and wanted to raise money for the new fire department. And a gentleman had just moved out east from out west and said that he suggested a rodeo. And they kind of weren't sure, and they tried it. They found 4 acres of swampland, and in like 3 months turned it into the rodeo arena that we have now, and we've expanded considerably.
Okay, so as we're talking, folks, Jeff's going to pop up pictures, and there it is, our early picture. I don't know what year it is, but it's got pretty early in the history of the rodeo.
Well, if you notice the dates on that barn, we used to be a full week.
Okay.
But we've had to kind of cut back a little bit just because of expense. But the dates are almost exactly what we have this year.
Isn't that funny? Off by 2 days. July 31 it said to August 5. Now it's July 31 to August 3rd. Yeah, okay. So the thing's been evolving and evolving and evolving. And I think you've had, what number rodeo is this now?
79.
Holy cow, 79th. And I think just during the pandemic, you didn't have it? I can't remember.
We postponed.
Okay.
We chose our words very carefully. We postponed.
So in that particular year, you just had to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we waited until as long as we possibly could before we finally had to say we couldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's so many parts to the rodeo. So let's pretend we're at the beginning in front of where you walk in and you say, I want to go to the rodeo. What do I got to do? You got to buy a ticket or something, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about that.
Okay. Well, up until July 28th, which is when we stop our pre-sale tickets.
Okay.
You can go to Country Fair in Gerry or Fredonia, and they have discounted tickets, or you can buy them online.
Okay.
For the adult and senior combo, which is the dinner and show, is $30. For the child combo, it's $18. The adult show is $18. Child show is $12. And the senior show, which is 60 plus, is $17.
Why did you look at me?
You always told me to look at you.
I get the discount, man. I'll take it. Okay.
Well, the scary part is we're not too far away either.
Yeah, I know.
I'm knocking on that door.
Okay. All right. So what are you telling me is when you say combo, you're talking about the show plus food.
Yep.
Correct.
For $30.
Yes.
I spent more than that the other night on dinner. And I didn't get to see a show.
Well, plus you get ice cream and a drink.
Holy cow, it's the whole package. All right, so you walk in, you have 2 choices. All right, you can either just go for the show, or you can get a combo package of the show and dinner.
Correct.
Okay, So people will say, all right, so what time does it start? What time do I got to get there?
5 o'clock. Dinner starts at 5.
Okay.
And actually, the prices I gave you, Doc, were
Yeah.
the after the 28th, which is the full price.
Mm-hmm.
The pre-sales are 28 for the adult senior combo. Child combo is 17. Adult show is 16. Child show is 10.
That-
And we do have a
Nice discount.
military first responder discount
Oh,
on Thursday night of $10 a ticket, but they have to show a valid ID.
okay. So that would be which night? The very first night, July
Nope.
1?
No, the
Yeah.
second night.
Second night,
Second
so
night, August
August
1st.
1. Okay. All right. So, again, are you kidding me? This is really a good deal. All right. So, I come in, I say, all right, I'm a senior citizen. I give you my, how much are you charging me for a combo?
If you buy it on the ground, it's $30.
All right. I give you my $30. $30 for my wife. Well, no, actually, she yeah. So $60 for a rodeo that lasts from what to what?
8 o'clock till between 10 and 10:30.
So a 2.5 hour show, and what am I going to get for my meal? Because I'm a fussy eater.
You get a slow roasted or smoked roast beef.
Roast beef,
You get kettle browned potatoes and gravy,
potatoes and gravy.
corn, tossed salad, cottage cheese,
Wait a minute, all this?
roll, ice cream, and your drink. And you get our secret sauce if you want the barbecue sauce.
Secret sauce.
Yep. The only-
Who has the recipe for the secret sauce?
The head chef,
Who's that?
Kyle Van Aken this year. This is his 3rd year.
Secret sauce.
It gets passed down from the chefs to the chef.
So, Mike, what's your role during the meal? Anything?
I don't have a role during the meal. Mom is in charge of the office, and so that means that I have to run around and do whatever she says.
Of course you do. But so you're not the official taste
No,
tester.
well, I try to be the taste tester as often as I can. It's a small secret that the sauce is available in limited quantities, and you have to be very high up on the list to make it on that list. It's a coveted place to be.
I bet. All right, so
One thing I'd like to add one thing, Doc.
all right.
Just because there's so many people with gluten allergies,
Yes, there are.
you exclude the gravy and the roll,
Yeah.
and our dinners are gluten friendly.
Super. Okay. So where do you get the meat? The restaurant supplies it?
Nope, we cook it right there on the grounds. Started at 6 o'clock in the morning and it's pulled off at about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
This is every day.
Every day.
Yep.
How many volunteers do you need?
To
More.
do the whole show,
No.
about 200
Whoa.
a day.
That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in charge. Are you tough boss?
There's certain divisions I don't even bother. The kitchen's one of them.
Stay out of the kitchen. That's right. Smart man.
The parking lot, it's been the same crew out there.
Uh-huh. They got it down to a science.
Pretty much everybody does. It's when there's a complaint that
Of course.
the buck stops somewhere.
Mike, what were you going to say?
Well, the funny part about it is there's a lot of the community that takes their vacation during rodeo week just so that they can volunteer.
Wow. Super.
Myself, I usually show up about Sunday and stay the entire week. And there's many of us that do that. It's great to see how everybody pulls together to make this happen. The core rodeo committee is only about 15 people, and they meet every month throughout the winter. If there's anybody that would be interested in becoming a rodeo committee member, we're always looking for volunteers.
So you don't have to be a fire person.
No,
Okay,
no,
firefighter.
don't have to be a firefighter, but it doesn't hurt if you are.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're always looking for ideas, especially with next year being our 80th. We're trying to make things
Yeah.
always bigger and better each year, but with it being the 80th, we'd like to see something even more.
Okay. So you get in there, you got your ticket, you decide to get the meal, and I'm assuming you have picnic tables and stuff?
Actually, we have an air-conditioned conference center that you can sit in. Holds 250 people.
Why did I not know that? You have an air-conditioned conference center on the rodeo grounds.
Yeah.
Who built that?
The firemen.
Really?
And that's available to be rented throughout the year as well. They do birthday parties, weddings,
See how I
or
did-
conferences.
See how I did that? I really knew that. But see, I made you say those things because I didn't know you could.
That's
rent
why. That's why you're the host.
it. Okay, so dinner runs from 5 to
Eight.
8, and then the show starts. What time?
8.
8 o'clock. All right, so you want to get in there relatively early and so forth. But if you get there early, have your meal, then you can walk around the midway and look at the vendors, and there's probably games and things for
Yep.
kids and things to buy, and it's a fun day, sort of like
Oh, yeah.
it's a carnival kind of a thing. All right, now let's talk about the rodeo. All right, I'm going to sit back, and Jeff's going to flash pictures, and you go for it.
You flash the pictures, I'll answer what I can.
Okay, so what are the categories of events? I know that's what I'm supposed to ask.
There's bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, bull riding, tie-down roping, steer wrestling, team roping, barrel racing, and back again this year is the women's breakaway.
Okay, let's start with bareback riding. That's where you get on a horse with just a lead, like,
No, that's saddle bronc actually.
oh,
Bareback riding it looks like a suitcase handle that sits on the horse's shoulders and you hold on. It's probably one of the hardest events on the body.
who in the right mind would do that? Those guys.
Yeah, right there.
For those of you who are listening on the radio, you got to go to the YouTube and look up the show Chautauqua Sunrise and put in the date. You got this guy, he's on a horse with this little, like you said, suitcase handle. And nothing. He's just up there in the air, and this horse is going cuckoo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he literally wedges his hand in.
He's got a glove, I'm
Yep.
assuming. Now, if I remember, it's 8 seconds. Is that what they
Yes.
got to do? And then they get money if they stay on there all that time.
It's all on points.
Now, points throughout the rodeo, right?
Well, for the ride, they get the points.
Okay.
And then each night, we give $50 to the event winner, and then they go in for the prize money for that night.
$50 to ride a horse with a suitcase handle.
Yep. And that's if you're the top event winner.
There's got to be a better way to make a living. But some of these guys make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know there's big purses to go out west, and I mean, I'm not saying that yours isn't big because you said you give out a lot of money, but I mean, these guys do a circuit, right? These
Yeah.
come around.
Yep.
These guys come from all over the country.
I think it's 38 states,
Okay.
38 to 40 states
So
are represented.
Last year we had a couple from Brazil that actually came as
Oh,
well.
wow. Yeah, and horseback riding, that's big time down there. Okay. All right, so that's bareback riding. So now what's the next one?
Let him pop the picture up. And
Well, if you say the category, what was just this is
Tie-down roping.
Tie down. What do you got to do for that?
they get a calf.
Yeah.
They're in a chute.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what they used to do when they had to doctor them. Mm-hmm. But they come out, they rope them, tie 3 legs, and that's when they would doctor them. But they have to stay tied for 6 seconds.
So you're on a horse.
Yep.
They let a little old calf run out, and they got to jump off.
Nope, that's
No.
breakaway.
That's breakaway. All right. Well, let's leave that up, Jeff. We'll come back to the other one.
We'll do breakaway.
So
That's simple.
So tell us about breakaway. Leave that up.
Okay, what happens there, similar to the calf roping, but what they do is when they nod, the calf comes out, the girls throw, and there's like a rubber band or a clip that holds a rope to their saddle.
Yeah.
And as soon as the calf hits the end of the rope, it pops that off, and that's when their time stops.
So really, you're just lassoing the calf and as
Yep.
fast as you can, and get the calf to disconnect the rope.
Yep, and
that's
he
called
just keeps
breakaway.
running.
And this is women's only?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the other one is you're on a horse. You jump off the horse after you lassoed the calf and do what?
You have to tie 3 legs together.
3 legs.
Yep. And then
Your
they
choice?
Yep. Whatever 3 you want, and then they have to get back on their horse and ride ahead and put slack in the rope around their neck.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yep.
Oh.
And then they take and untie them afterwards. Calf runs off into the back pen where all the nice alfalfa hay and grain are, and they're happy.
Okay. So, there's folks that say, oh, you're hurting those animals, and well, how dare you do that? And my understanding, you have a veterinarian on staff all the time, and emergency services for everybody and everything?
Anytime there's an event going on in the arena, I have to have an ambulance on site, or a vet on site.
Okay. And my understanding is that if you were going to reincarnate as a bull or a cow or a horse, that would be what you want to do because you're well fed and taken good care of?
You work 8 seconds a day and if that.
That's it. 8 seconds a day. That's a pretty good job. I can do that. And all the food you can eat.
Yep.
Okay. So Jeff didn't have that one particular picture that he could find, but that's okay. We'll just keep going along.
Saddle bronc riding.
Okay. So Jeff's going to pop some pictures up here for us, and you can just speak to him. That'll make it easier for him. So go ahead, Jeff. Pop one up. So what do we got here?
Well, that's just our patriotic grand entry.
Okay. So that's the beginning of the show?
Yep.
Okay. So, and every year is like a grand master or something like that, or just as part of the crew that comes, or who?
Just part of the crew that comes, and then the contestants.
Okay.
There's a bareback rider that kind of lost his grip.
The bareback, he's got to be about 2.5 feet in the air with no horse.
Yeah, he's over the horse by about 3 feet, actually.
Do they wear like protective stuff?
Kevlar vest.
That's it?
Yep.
No.
Some wear a helmet, but that specific picture, he doesn't have a helmet.
Okay. But these guys have been training and practicing since they were probably little baby kids. Okay. Oh, no, that guy does not look like a cowboy. He's got all kinds of makeup on. What's the
He's
deal?
our bull. Used to be one of our bullfighters. He just retired last year.
I could see why.
But yeah, his job is to protect the bull rider when he comes off, so that the bull goes after him instead of the bull rider.
All right, let's leave that clown up for a minute because you told me something special. You got a new clown this year. Does he have a name or anything?
Brinson. He goes by Brinson James.
Okay, Brinson James.
Very high energy. Very. We had him once before, and he can't sit still. He just is always moving.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been doing it since he was 2 years old. So.
And so the clown's job is to distract the animal when the rider falls off or whatever. But he also does, what else does he do? Does he do tricks or anything?
They do. The bullfighters just do the protection. The barrel man or the clown, he does the jokes, and he's the one in the barrel normally.
He's in the barrel.
Yep.
The clown.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Giving it weight. That's the bullfighter's island in the storm.
So that bull's going to hit that barrel?
Yep.
With the clown in it.
With a guy in it.
I hope he gets paid a lot, and I hope he has really good insurance. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't get hurt.
Not normally.
Not normally. Okay.
They
You never can tell.
Yeah, some of them you can't tell.
So this is a high action. There he is again. There's a bareback guy. This high action kind of a rodeo. Oh, no. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at.
That is the bull riding.
What kind of a bull is it? I always want to say Brahma bull, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably a Brahma cross.
Holy cow. That bull is almost like standing on its front hooves with its back hooves vertical, and the cowboy is
Holding on
for dear life.
And all he's holding on to is a piece of 3/4 inch braided, it's like a hemp rope,
Okay.
but it's just flat. He wraps around his hand and holds on.
Holy cow. So my understanding is that these cows or bulls are bred special for this kind of rodeo
Yes.
type thing? Okay. So you don't want like somebody like me laid back. You want somebody that got a lot of fire in the belly and can get really rambunctious, right?
Yeah, they've got to have a little bit, because the stock contractors now are actually breeding their stock to buck.
Okay.
And they want, if they don't buck enough, they sell them to whoever would like them.
Mm-hmm.
And they want the best that they can get. And some of them are paying upwards of $100,000 for a bull.
Wait a minute.
One bull.
100,000.
Because of
There's
the
big money
bloodlines.
in this business, isn't there? Holy cow.
Well, and the other side of the coin is you're not going to take something that's worth $100,000 and just let something happen to it either. You're going to make sure that investment is well taken care of.
Okay. All right. And this is a sport. It's not dangerous to the animals, like we said. They're bred for this. Okay.
And as you were saying before, the rodeos out west having high prize money.
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas, where the national finals is, this year they're going to be competing for $10 million.
$10 million.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you can make some pretty good money real quick.
Okay, keep the pictures going. What do we got now? Oh,
That's
we saw
the
that one.
breakaway.
Right. Okay, you come to the next one. Okay. Oh,
Team roping.
there we go. Okay, tell us about that one.
It's a Coriani steer. They take and put horn wraps on so the ropes don't burn their head. They catch one around the horns or the neck, and they catch the back 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times the bigger cows, that's how they would do the medications or whatever doctoring when they're out in the field.
So this is not necessarily just a sport, but this is actually what people do on working farms.
Yep,
Correct.
ranches.
Cattle ranches. I did not know that either. And they have horns, these guys, these animals. That's,
There's your barrel racing.
All right, what's barrel racing?
They run in a cloverleaf pattern.
Okay.
It's timed down to the 100th of a second. And sometimes they are decided by a 100th of a
So
second.
it's like the Olympics.
Yep,
Okay, and you got all the equipment to do that.
yep.
So men and women barrel racing, or just women, or?
Our event is only women,
Mm-hmm.
but they do have events that have men and women running.
Okay. Last horse I rode didn't know right and left. It was just straight. So I would not have been a good barrel racing horse.
Our announcer, whose wife is a barrel racer, said he would never do it.
Yeah.
She's braver than he is, and he was a Marine.
Oh my gosh. So okay, keep him coming, Jeff. Oh no. What is he? He's in the air and he's trying to grab
Steer
this
wrestling.
cow. Steer. All right.
What that one is that was kind of a competition that ranch hands started having amongst themselves. You slide off a horse, slide up his back, you have to turn direction so he's not running straight. You have to turn him and then throw him on his side. And that's when you get your time stop.
Just like that. What do those cows weigh? Those steers. They
About
got-
400 pounds.
So just jump up, no problem. Just jump off your horse, grab that thing, and flip them over. Is there a psychological test for these guys? No, it's like
I'll
oh
plead
my
the
God.
fifth.
Oh my
They're
God.
saddle bronc riding.
Saddle bronc. All right, so this is different than the bareback. This is they're riding a saddle. That's
Has no saddle horn.
what? Okay, keep going.
In his left hand, you'll see a braided nylon
I do.
line
Okay.
that's about 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
They just hold on to that, they measure it, and they have to have when the front feet of the horse hit the ground, they have to have their front feet over the point of the shoulders, and then it's back to the back of the saddle, and each time the front hooves hit the ground, they have to have their feet back into the front. And it's all for points. And that's how,
So-
a lot of times they used to break horses that way, and then it became a competition, who's the better horseman.
Okay, so I have a question. So, like, let's say 3 of these guys all hang on for 8 seconds. So each one of them is like graded or rated.
Yes.
So like that's an 8.7 or it's a 9.1
Yep.
or whatever, that type of thing.
It depends on how hard the horse bucks, how tricky they can be, because they'll start dipping and diving.
How many people show up for this rodeo?
Last year, over 4 days, we had over 11,000.
And per night, you hold what, a couple thousand people?
3,000. Between about 3,400, actually.
So this is a crowd of pleaser. This is a lot of fun, huh?
Well, and the other thing is that if you want to have a little more room in the seats, come on Wednesday and Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday are always a full house.
Okay. Keep them coming, Jeff.
Another bareback rider that's
He's-
coming off the side.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough morning. He's going to fall right off that thing. So when they fall off, you said there's a doctor there in case somebody gets hurt?
Just EMTs.
Well, that's
Most
good.
of them jump back up and wave to the crowd and walk out.
They break bones?
It's happened.
Okay. All right, what else we got? So, currents. Oh, we'll see those. Okay. He's got, Paul sent us bunches, so he's got little patches of pictures that we can pop up. All right, so again, that's July 31st to August 3rd, right? So, all right, so we got some older pictures here just for fun, just to look back. So,
That's
and,
how
and they've been doing all these events all those years? Or
Yep.
Just,
Well, all but the breakaway roping, that's new.
okay. So that's where they're getting the steer off the train, I
Yep.
think?
They're waiting for the cattle to get unloaded. They used to come in on train track right in the center of Gerry, and they'd run them right down the center of the road
And now how is it done?
through tractor trailers.
Tractor trailers, okay. Can you imagine nowadays if you had to bring all those animals down the street? You'd have a mess. Okay, and there's the old railroad yards. Look at the cowboy hats on those guys. Looks like the Old West. Okay, so Western barbecues, is that still what you call it? Western barbecue?
And that's the original dinner line, and the building's been updated, but still does pretty much the same way.
Really? So everything's on the outside that you get when you get your tickets, or you have to go into a building, or how's that
You
work?
come up to a building, you buy your tickets, go through a stanchion, go up, you hand your ticket in, go down the line, tell them what you want for your dinner, and you can walk right into the building.
Wow. And what were the beverages again, Mike? We said a beverage.
We have Pepsi products, but we also have milk and orange juice
Okay. The biggest
Coffee.
question I always get when we're out and about is, do you have diet colas and things like diets? Because a lot of people have to drink non-sugared things. Okay. Oh, here's a picture of the Oopapa band.
Actually, we used to use live music, and then as people started not performing as much, we went to the recorded music.
Okay. And it's difficult to keep that kind of a band together because you got to practice and it's costly and so forth. But yeah, now West, I think do they have recorded music or do they have live?
Yeah,
band
most of the time.
recorded. Okay, there's an aerial view of the Midway, I guess, huh? It probably doesn't look a whole lot different except it's in color.
Well, it's in color and it's a little bit bigger now.
Okay. And what kind of vendors do you have this year?
Oh, let's see. We've got, your typical
Hats.
cotton candy,
Yeah, okay.
doughboy hats, souvenirs, pony or horse rides for the kids.
Oh, okay.
We've got face painting.
There you go.
We've got some of our vendors that have been with us for a very long time. Fowler's Taffy has been with us.
Okay. We just saw a picture of the arena, I guess. Is that what you're referring to? That was pretty much the same as it was then?
Except for the bucking chutes were up closer to the barn. Now they're at the opposite end.
And people are saying, well, it's going to get dark. Well, it looks like you have lights, I'm assuming.
Oh, plenty of light.
Plenty.
Okay. And how about parking? Do you have to pay for parking?
Nope, donation.
Oh, so at will, I guess they call
Yeah,
it.
we do take donations for parking, and most people are very generous with that. It's amazing to see the numbers that come through for that.
Okay, super. Okay, and are we done, Jeff? Okay, super. All right, well, so let's kind of do a wrap-up. We've got just a couple minutes left. So once again, the Gerry Rodeo is to fund the Gerry Fire
Yes.
Department, okay? And you have just one house?
Yes.
Okay. And so do you have some targeted expenses that you're thinking about this year?
We've got to get some new turnout gear. We got to get some new. Our air packs are starting to show their age.
Mm-hmm.
Just upkeep on machines.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple trucks that are going to need some major work.
Okay. Now, I'm going to use a term that I understand, but maybe you can talk a little bit about it. Mutual aid. Do you guys get involved with mutual aid?
Yes.
So why don't you tell folks about what that means?
What that means is if one of our neighboring fire departments needs help, we can either send our tanker or an engine, ambulance for car accidents, fires, whatever it is. The neighboring department calls and asks, and you go and help them, or they come and help you.
Okay. I know Ripley does a lot of mutual aid, even across into Pennsylvania. Do you go in Pennsylvania at all? Probably rarely.
Very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
We're just far enough off the side that
There's enough guys in that area. Okay, we're down to about a minute. So, Mike, I'm going to let you have your last word. So, what would you like people to know about the rodeo?
Well, one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't understand is that, yes, we do have athletes, but not only are they athletes, but they have to train their animals as well. I mean, in order for a barrel racer to make that, a miracle run, they have to teach their animal. It's not only the fact that they have to be strong and athletic, but they also have to teach their animals that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see how people can work with their stock.
Okay.
As far as the other events where they are judged, not only is the contestant judged, but also the stock is judged. So if the bull doesn't jump and he just comes out and stands there, they aren't going to get as good a score either. So that's a part of the stock contractor's responsibility to make sure they bring the best of the best.
Okay. Tom, dates and some costs real quick.
Dates, July 31st through August 3rd. Cost for the dinner alone is $18 for an adult, $12 for a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just give you the straight prices. Adult and senior combo is $30. Child and show and dinner is $18.
Mm-hmm.
The adult show is $18. Child show is $12, and the senior show is $17.
Okay, folks. Thanks for joining us, Tom and Mike. Wish you great success in good weather.
I hope.
Good dry weather.
Goes on rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Good question. Okay, Gerry Rodeo, July 31 to August 3. Guys, this is a lot of fun. Get out there, spend the evening and with your family and friends, and you won't be disappointed. Guys, thanks for joining us again. We'll do this again next year. What do you say for your 80th? Okay. Folks, we're going to do this next week, Saturday mornings from 9 to 10. I'm Doc Hamels. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the good stuff that's going on in Chautauqua County. And make sure you get over there to Gerry Rodeo. Help these guys out.
GerryRodeo.org.
GerryRodeo.org. Thanks, Mike. Bye-bye now.